Guys, how you all doing? Today I thought I'd go over something quite important. It's a scrap guide. I think it's actually quite important to have a lot of scrap, not because of blueprints. You don't want to use your scrap to buy blueprints. It's quite expensive just to buy one, so I would disregard that. The reason why we need scrap is because we need to buy legendary parts. We need to buy legendary parts of all categories, and so it can actually be quite expensive. One of my most easiest form of collecting scrap is using another form of currency in order to try to get scrap. Now, we all know that cash is probably the most easiest form of currency. It's the most easiest thing to get. What my suggestions are is to buy 5 crates and just continue to keep buying crates. This is a process, depending on how much cash you got, could actually take some time. So you just got to keep purchasing 20k crates, and you'll eventually get maybe 2 to 300k scrap per maybe $1 million. So it's actually quite important that you do just keep farming currency. If you're sick of gaining materials and scrapping them, just keep playing boss races. You can play any boss race as long as you've collected all the blueprints for that particular boss. You can always race them or skip them for a chance at 15k. And you just gotta keep doing that, I suppose, and you should be able to just keep buying materials, and you can eventually scrap the materials once you're done. Now, I know that a lot of people know that 750 materials is the max you can actually keep in the storage, and a lot of people do sit relatively close to their max. You know, there's not much you can really do with materials, and there's not really much you can do with money once you have a shitload of it. So what I tend to do is, if I ever needed scrap, I would just constantly keep buying 20k crates and just keep maximizing the scrap potential there. Yeah, as I said, in about $1 million you can roughly get about 200 to 300k in scrap, and it's actually very helpful to do it this way. Probably even less money would take just to get scrap. It's a very easy way, and the reason why you do need scrap is to buy the legendary parts, to allocate them to your particular vehicle. And one of the reasons why you want to buy legendary parts is that you skip the clutter of upgrading epic parts and knowing that you have to farm conversion kits for them every single day. You are wasting time by farming conversion kits that are epic and less, unless it's absolutely necessary and you're in the very early stages of the game. You do need a reputation of, I think, over 73, where you can actually start to get materials of all kinds from the crate shop. So we're just this is a process that could take 10 to 20 minutes. It depends on how much cash you've got to burn, but all you got to do is just keep buying these crates, and once you're gonna have over 750 when you come out of the crate shop. And what I would suggest that you do at that point is to just scrap everything to a certain amount where you're comfortable keeping a certain amount for each kind of material in your storage. So we're just going to buy a bit more. So I'm just going to show you exactly what I do. I'm not too sure how long this video is actually going to take, but we're just going to keep buying these crates so I can give you a rough idea of what actually comes out of these 20k crates. Don't be upset with these uncommon scrap things that you might just pick up on. Every piece of scrap is important, even if it's 2k or 26k, it don't matter. As long as that number keeps rising, it's pretty good. So you eventually come across an epic or legendary blueprint, which will probably result in about 25 to 50k in scrap, which is it's a significant boost. So you may need to do this quite a bit, and you may need to farm a bit of cash in order to have a lot of leftover cash. I would suggest this method to people that have a decent amount of cash remaining in their balance, that don't necessarily have any further upgrades to do in the foreseeable week or so, and so that way you're always prepared for your rebuilds, and you're always prepared to drop some cash down and just try to get some scrap. So we're just gonna keep getting these, and I'm gonna take you through to my garage, and we're just gonna scrap things just to a format that I've laid out for my material collection. So we're just gonna keep buying these. I try not to take up too much of the time, as long as you get the point of my exercise here. So we'll just continue now. And it's probably going to tell me that I've got more than 750, maybe something like that. There we go, I've got 802. So we're just going to go back into your storage now. So it could definitely take 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, depends on how much you want to burn. And then I just start salvaging them off. I like to always just keep 30, so I'm just going to keep going through, and I am just going to start scrapping these out. Oh, nope, not that one. And this is basically all I do when I need scrap. I just start dismantling all the leftovers here. You don't really need too much of these grey parts here, but it's just a way to show you how to get a bit of scrap there. So I know that we started a little over 16 mil, and I've managed to get 6.25. So I didn't really use too much cash there. It's just a little exercise to show you what I do in order to get scrap. Just so you can skip all the bullshit, buy the legendary part, which costs a significant amount of scrap, and you can get on to just farming those legendary tuna trials here, and you don't end up wasting any of your days. Remember, for tuna trials, you only want to race legendary or the black edition, just because using days to farm anything less is just an irrelevant exercise here that I do suggest that you try to avoid at all times. And yeah, it don't matter if you don't have the parts in order to allocate the material. You can always just hang on to the material, and you can just keep farming for cash, and just keep opening those crates, and then you'll be able to buy it, and then you'll have everything ready for your installation there. Hopefully you have a decent amount of cash before you do try to do this exercise here. Or if you do make a mistake and you don't estimate your your material allocation as well, it costs a bit of money as well to install materials on legendary parts. So always make sure that you do have a bit of cash behind, so you can install these materials. And that's all I really have to try to get across to you at this stage here. If you do have any questions and stuff, you can always just give me a buzz, and I should be able to help you to the best of my ability. But that's all I really have to show you for now, and hopefully this is enough to kind of make you understand that it's really that simple in order to get scrap, and just to start buying these legendary parts only. Well, thanks a lot for watching anyways. I hope you guys have a great day. Ciao.